got a really nice Les Paul standard in. I think it's 2005, I'm not sure. All three of these cars. And basically, the main problem with this one is they've. Come on. Sorry about the focus, there we go. You can see there, they tried to put I think it's a tusk nut on there. And they ended up with a angle in the bottom and not fitting properly, but overall, it's not an awful job, but it obviously can be sorted out. And then the other issue is this roller bridge. Basically, the the problem was that because the saddles are taller than the original bridge, when it's all the way down, it's still sitting off the fretboard. I didn't quite understand what the problem was because, as you see with the trussrod cover off, I made a slight tweak to the neck, and then the action definitely had to come up, so it's a few turns off the bottom anyway. And the tailpiece is decked, which I'm going to lift up because I think it's 10s on this, and when you start bending it doesn't feel like 10s with how much pressure is on there. I'm just trying to think. Looking at everything. Yeah, that was the other thing. I think this bridge came with its own posts. I think these are the original posts for the guitar. And the ones that came with this are proper like ABR style with just the threaded rod and the thumb wheel. So I'll see if he wants these holes plugged and that put in, but in the meantime, I'm going to sort out the nut. They'll just get set up for that, get strings off and all the rest. So as you saw with the angle of the nut, there wasn't anything on the bottom holding this in, so I'm just seeing. No, that's not coming out by hand. Let's give it a wee knock. You don't want to go too hard because there we go. Yeah, you don't want to be whacking that willy-nilly because apparently there was a time, obviously I don't think there was a Sterling or Gibson like epoxied nuts in, and when you went to do that the headstock would actually break. There's a video on YouTube about that where a guy like saws through the nut and like clips all out and cleans it all up. I can't remember for the life of me what the video was called, but it was really, really good. And it's made me more vigilant when working on Gibsons. Because with likes of other brands and mainly Epiphones and things like that, I kind of know what to expect. But with like the Gibsons, you're just never entirely sure. Well, first thing I'm going to do, take my little chisel and just clean out this slot. Don't know what kind of glue is or was in here, but it seems to be a lot of this weird filler stuff, or filler looking stuff, so clean all this out as best as I can. I don't have a bigger chisel here. There it is. Jeez, oh, if this is from the factory, what a mess Gibson made. I know not every Les Paul will be the same, but this particular one, yeah, it's quite something. I'm trying to keep as much wood intact as possible and just get all the glue and crap off the surface. You can actually use a chisel as a scraping tool. Sorry, you've probably seen my hair flopping down in front of the camera there. Come on. Right. I'm going to get in, have a look. It's actually not bad, like squareness wise. I know I'm just eyeballing it there, but you can see these things quite easily. Right, so what's this doing? Right, that's fine. I'm going to get the guitar out of the way and get it set up for taking a look at this nut. Right, first thing I'm going to do with this nut, we can see all that residue on it. I'm just going to clean that up. And yeah, Tusk XL. There's a hair there bothering me. Just use a chisel and just kind of scrape it off. As long as you don't dig in, you'll be fine. There it goes. Quite a lot of it off. If not, oops, sorry. If not all of it, at least all the stuff that's actually going to interfere is off. Just come in, like I said, scraping tool with the chisel, just to clean it up a bit better. The bottom's the same. You've got all that on there. Cut myself. Not a deep cut, just sliced all the out of skin. The usual stuff. So that's cleaned enough. That's cleaned up enough. So I take a little square, some abrasive. I'll give that a quick once over. That should be relatively flat, and then just square it up, square it at the bottom. I'm obviously left-handed, so you can't see this, and it's not really enough room for a camera there. See, I'm holding that against the engineer square, and so that's just going to take off the bottom, make it flat again, and then I'm going to use wood shims to bring the height back up, make it playable again. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going with that. I'm going to put some pen on the bottom. This is just to keep me right, basically. So that I know when the pens come off the back edge, that's it, ready to go. Right, so I'm going to keep going with this and then come back when it's ready to go back on the guitar, basically. Right, so after flattening the bottom of the nut, you can see it's no longer sitting at a big angle. It's low in the slot, which would mean to use it I would need quite a significant shim to bring it up to about there, just eyeballing it. The original nut's still here, and the problem was there was he said there was a dip in one of the strings, and it looks like the G, because he said it was either the D or G. And it looks like the G, but that is hitting mostly correctly. It would only need to come up a little bit to get that low slot from buzzing on the open string. So I've discussed with him either doing a big shim, a little shim, or a new nut. I think using the original nut with a little shim is going to be the best course of action. He's not confirmed it yet, but it's going to take 2 seconds for me to put a shim on it, which is what I'm going to do right now. I like to glue my shims to my nuts. That came out wrong. I like to glue shims to nuts rather than gluing them on here, unless it's something like that Floyd Rose nut, that locking nut, because you know that needed the extra support. And obviously, like, you can remove a locking nut with just 2 screws, so it doesn't make sense to glue that to the nut. Let's clean this up a bit more. So I'm just gonna few drops of super glue. I say a few quite a lot because I don't want this to come off when I'm working with it. And I've got a little piece of maple. It's about 0.6 of a millimeter thick. So that's, you know, that's how much you're kind of bringing it up by. And that's it basically. I'll actually put an exact measurement of it if you're curious, because you can just buy veneers on eBay and places like that, because that's what it is, a veneer. 0.5 actually for this one. I've got some really old stuff here. I say really old. I got this as some leftover scraps from college, crashed 8 years ago now. Well, that's when I started. That's 0.5, so maybe it was one of the stained ones like that were black, or the mahogany ones that were 0.6. But yeah, just a 0.5 millimeter shim on the original nut. So I'll leave that just now and wait for him to get back to me, because in the meantime I can still do everything else. Polish the frets, condition the fretboard, oil the fretboard, fingerboard, sorry. And as you can see, my tongue's running faster than my brain. Nice and shiny frets. Can I get a good angle on this? Probably not, without my phone tipping over. Yeah, that's probably as good as I can get without it falling. Yeah, so There's really not much else to say about this. Really nice Les Paul. I'll maybe show you the top in a wee second. Because I didn't really think much of it, and then when I had it sitting against the case when I was moving things around, the light in my hallway just caught it a certain way, and it just absolutely fucking gorgeous. So I don't know how well it's going to show up in video, but I'm at least going to try, because it is worth looking at certain angles. Well, at all angles, but certain angles are just, you know what flame tops are like. Fourteenth fret if you're curious now, just an indication how much more there is to go. I think it's around about the 19th or 20th where I need the smaller shim. This shim. Fret protector. Honestly, I'm all over the place with my brain today. Well, my speech. Because right now, I'm just focusing on polishing frets. Yeah, 20th fret, I need the narrower one. I'll run over that in a wee second just to make sure, but oh, are you going to get a good angle on it? There we go, that's closer to what it looks like in person, just turn the exposure down. And you can see it just popped back. But man, that's a nice top. Oh, you guys actually messaged me, I'm just going to check that. There we go. Yeah, you can't see it. So I'm just going to take a knife, cut round the nut, and that should be good enough. Good enough. Good to go. So let's see where that sits. Let's get that straight edge out. Make an adjustment. Get the neck flat and then check what the nut's doing. I forgot. Because this straight edge isn't actually a 24 3/4 length on it, it doesn't actually fit Gibson's, it fits everything else though. So I'm taking the reading from the top of the frets, which I know it's not perfect. It's pretty good that. Let's see how much I need to take off. There you go, look at that. That G-string is pretty much at the perfect height after bringing it up 0.5 mm. So this means I can clean that slot out and work with this nut basically. But I'm gonna do a bit more. Oh, sorry. A bit more fret polish because I kind of rushed it at the end there to show you the top. There's a bit of clean up to do. Where can you see right now? That's right. Yeah. Players' guitars, they've been played. Right. Yeah, I'm going to stop the camera and get this all cleaned up. But first, what I'm going to do, for gluing a nut on, I just use 2 tiny dots. Come on. Go 1, 2, and that's enough to hold it. Like I say, he just messaged me like a couple of minutes ago, so that's why I'm gluing that in place. If I was waiting any longer, I probably wouldn't have. I wouldn't have put that on. But yeah, like we have to leave the lowies at the right height too. So yeah, that's kind of. I'd only replace it if there was absolutely nothing to work with this, but there's plenty there. As you can see, obviously. The G is a bit, what's the right word, not touch and go, but on the edge. So, yeah, I'm going to clean up this fretboard. Right, what can you see? Right, messing about with things. There we go. Just shaping the nut. I don't think this Corian likes my crowning file very much. I think it's Corian anyway, the whatever Gibson's been using since, well, in 2005. It's got a bit of tape to keep dust off the dust off the fretboard, and a bit of plastic on double stick tape to protect the headstock if anything slips. I'll just go onto that. It's almost there now actually. I just need to take a bit more off this side rather than that side. A bit more. What I'm doing is, although this is on an angle, I'm just taking it flat to take the height down, and then I'll do the shaping once I'm happy with the depth of this, how deep the slots look after taking the height off. because I actually don't think there's enough said about the shaping of a nut when it's probably the most crucial step. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Because it's when your slots come up too far around the string, that's when you get tuning problems. I know I said the nut doesn't like this file, but I like this file for actual shaping. Get a better angle on this? Yeah, I can. So, just kind of when you're actually crowning a fret, it's that same kind of motion. Getting a good slope on that on the nut there. That's why I've got that protector there, because when you're shaping the nut like this, it does kind of want to slip. And the reason I do it on the guitar is because I don't really have a better method of holding the nut currently. And then you have the guitar, which is a solid, big, weighty thing that actually holds it pretty well, and somewhere to, like, you can rest your hand on the neck, you know, and just work with it. And it's all saying slow and steady wins the race, which is actually applicable here. Might see my head pop in and out of frame because you really need to keep an eye on it. Going pretty well so far. Take a little bit more off on the bass side. That's as far as I want to go with it. My phone's on the charger now, so getting out for a good look may be a bit tricky. Don't know if you can. Yeah, so that's kind of depth there at from there. And then, you know, that overall shape that slopes down. If I remember to keep actually focusing it, because no autofocus. There you go. So that's the kind of thing you're looking for it not to be functional. I've got this file, because you need to shape the corners as well. Like I say, I'm only attacking the corners here. Because you don't want to just have a kind of flat, a nice curve on there and then just flat edges, because it looks wrong, and when you do that it ends up making these corners sharp. That one's kind of come down a bit because I've been filing that, but that one's still a sharp corner right there. So yeah, And I'd say it's probably everything in this section, just the shaping and the shaping, taking corners down and all that stuff. That's, to me, that makes a difference between a good nut and a bad nut. And it is true, like you'll see other guys say that, but they won't really talk about this part, if that makes sense. You know, they'll say how they'll say other stuff, and then they won't show, you know, the actual process of bringing the nut in, because while it is self-explanatory, it's kind of, I think it's helpful to have some visual representation. Especially with like hand tools, because a lot of people you see, they'll use like a tabletop disc sander and things like that, and bring it down quickly. And you know, not everyone has access to tools like that. I mean, I don't have access currently, but I could buy one, but I really don't have the space for it. It's literally just a small cupboard that I'm working in. Maybe rounded that a bit too much, but that's fine. It's not going to affect anything. Although, that sharp corner might. I start with 240 just to get most of the tooling marks out when I'm polishing up a nut. The polishing isn't a very crucial stage, but because that is more of a visual thing, but it is, I think it is always good to do to some degree, even if you don't polish it right up. At least taking the tooling marks out and getting it looking fairly pretty. That's most, if not all, the tooling marks out. Some on this side. Right, and then I go, rest on the brush I need. I go 400, 600, 1200. So that's 4. You see this paper's a wee bit dirty because it's putting black marks on the nut, but then you can just clean them off. It's not a big deal. I just need to find some 12. A whole little bit. And then you don't, like I say, the polishing isn't important, but like if you're going to polish, you might as well go all the way and finish off with some steel wool. And I could spend more time with it and get it really shiny. But this is just going to look nice. That's what I'm going for, just nice, not perfect and shiny. There's my wee brush. There you go. Nice smooth looking that, and it is, well, it's not shiny, it's, you can see in that corner there, it's like actually is reflecting light pretty well. So that's probably all you need to do for function and just to get it looking like it wasn't hacked up. Oops. Also, you need to use like the right nut files to bring the actual slots down. I can't actually remember at this point if I recorded that, but that really is self-explanatory. In every video you see on Nut Making, I show someone actually doing the physical filing of the depth. But I just wanted to really show the shaping in this section. So this thing's ready for strings after I get all the dust off the headstock. So yeah, I'm just going to go straight ahead and string it up. That's this one done. Yeah, to double check what the pickups are, it's a super distortion and a jazz, so it's quite an odd combination when you've got low gain. So with the pickup height, I've kept that one at my usual 1.5mm, but this one's round about 2, so it's a bit lower, because you know, if I just do an A chord, you can hear how much quieter and less gainy that is. I'll just, yeah. By usual action height, 2mm in the bass, 1.5mm on the treble, good relief in the neck and all that. Let's see, that's how the nut turned out, which I'm pretty happy with. And yeah, it's the first time I've actually properly played a super distortion, so it does just remind me of Kiss. And so forth. It's a really cool guitar. You can hear that with the neck pickup. That's how distorted the amp is with lower output pickup. So if that wasn't a super distortion, that's the kind of gain you'd normally be getting out of this. But even with that, it cleans up nicely. So yeah, roller bridge as well, which has been able to come up after straightening the neck out, so this guitar is good to go. Well, almost. The jack plate is totally mashed in, but the owner has as a replacement one, and so when he's he brought me 3 guitars. When he comes to pick them up, I'll just replace it for him there and then, and hopefully he's got a metal one that'll withstand a bit more abuse, because 15-year-old guitar and the jack plates in that kind of state has not had the easiest life, I'd say. But yeah, that's all to say on a nice 2005 Les Paul Standard.